Hello, Professor Coomber. Hello, classmates. We are Team Kwellman, consisting of Erica Armetta, Shay Harkness, Doug Kerr, Laura Silver, and William Yetka. For our project, we have chosen to highlight a problem we observed with the restaurant Adele's here on campus. Please join us as we explain to you the situation and propose a solution. Adele's restaurant is an upscale eating establishment in the Stamp Student Union. It is run by the University of Maryland Department of Dining Services. During lunch hours, it primarily serves professors and business professionals. For dinner, Adele's caters more towards the students. The problem at hand is that Adele's does not provide nutritional facts about its menu items for customers. Menu items should list their caloric intake, and more detailed information such as sugars, calories from fat, and sodium should be readily available upon request. Other eating establishments on campus, such as the North and South Campus diners, do provide nutritional information for the food they serve. Adele's practice of not providing this information deviates from the norm here at UMD. One of our prized group members, Erica, works as a waitress at Adele's. Customers commonly ask her about the nutritional content of their food and how it is prepared. As a waitress, Erica is only required to know how the food is cooked and its ingredients. Consequently, her ability to answer customers' questions is limited. This shows that patrons of Adele's are in fact health conscious. Erica's year of work at the restaurant can attest that people do care about what they eat, and that having nutritional information is important to them. But due to Adele's lack of readily available information, Erica must tell these inquirers that the data they seek is unavailable. She simply cannot help them. The omission of this information is a serious problem. Students and professors alike are all unaware of exactly what they are consuming and how the food will impact their health. The dining halls around campus already have nutrition facts available online, so why not Adele's? If Adele's provided the nutrition facts, hungry and curious patrons would no longer have to ask their unknowing servers how many calories are in their Chesapeake Alfredo pasta. They would already have the information themselves. Educated consumers would be more aware about what they are putting into their bodies, and consequently, they would be more satisfied with Adele's as a whole. This idea is backed up by research. For example, studies conducted by Dr. Scott Burton have shown that people are oftentimes more likely to make healthier decisions after seeing nutrition facts. Ultimately, the students and professors who dine at Adele's deserve to know how the food they are consuming may affect their health. We conducted interviews to assess whether this was indeed an issue and if our plan would be feasible. First, we interviewed the restaurant manager, Jessica Levalet. To assess her stance on the problem, Jessica believes her lunchtime customers would want to know this information because they are an older crowd who tend to care more about their health than their younger counterparts. She explained that there are many more salads and healthy entrees sold during the lunch hours. We also inquired about how nutrition information might impact sales. Jessica said that sales might not change because most people understand which foods are healthy and which are not. She also asserted that if our plan were implemented, Adele's would likely change the menu to include healthier options. Overall, she believes this goal is achievable and should be highly considered. Next on our list of interviews was Sister Maureen Shrimpa, the dietitian. She stressed that this plan was something that dining services was already thinking about implementing. She argued that first they had to work on getting all of the recipes together. Thereafter, they would be able to work out the correct nutritional information for the menu. However, she did contend that dining services has a lot on its plate right now. While they recognize that this issue at Adele's needs to be addressed, they have chosen to put it aside for the time being. In addition, we distributed a survey to a sample size of about 30 of Adele's customers, including both professors and students. In this survey, we asked them if they thought that including nutritional facts in the menu would be beneficial to them and if this information would indeed affect some of their eating habits. The survey results showed that there was an overwhelming amount of support for this recommendation. Almost all of the participants supported the recommendation and hinted that its implementation could influence their decisions. The situation at hand required that we look into many angles of the issue. More specifically, we had to assess college students' eating habits, explore the significance of nutrition labeling, and analyze how nutrition labeling might impact said students' eating habits. First, we looked at a study published in the Journal of the American Dietetic Association that used nutrition labeling as a potential tool for changing the eating habits of students at Midwestern University. It found that many of the dining hall patrons were interested in information about the food, such as serving size, amount of micro and macronutrients, sodium, and ingredients. The study concluded that the labels do impact eating habits. Another study published in Public Health Nutrition continues to add evidence that supports our theory. It found that using a menu with nutrition information such as sodium, calories, and fat, as well as a healthy logo that designated healthy items, patrons made healthier eating choices than those with a menu devoid of this information. Another study done at Midwestern University focused on the impact that nutrition factoids spread strategically across the dining hall would have on the college students. After conducting a study, the researchers concluded that the students were indeed interested in the information presented to them. They stated, "Many of the patrons at this university indicated that they were interested in information about the food served with regard to serving size, protein, selected ingredients, fiber, carbs, sodium, cholesterol, vitamins, minerals, and whether or not the food item was appropriate for a vegetarian diet." Ultimately, they concluded that the nutrition factoids do impact eating habits. It is also important to consider the other side of this equation, the eating establishments. A study published in Health Education Quarterly showed that restaurants can also profit from providing nutrition facts to their customers. Results showed that 50% of the restaurants analyzed by the study saw significant increases in the sales of targeted foods after providing accurate and appropriate labeling. These sentiments can be found in other areas of food consumerism as well. For example, nearly 6 out of all 10 Americans consider things like calories, sugars, and sodium when they are buying packaged foods. This logic can be carried over when people choose food at restaurants, especially at Adele's, since those who are more educated are more likely to pay attention to nutritional facts. In addition, polling results show that nearly 60% of Americans believe that online and mobile tools can help them live healthier lifestyles. This fact is particularly true for young Americans, aged 18 to 49, with about 64% expressing that online nutritional tools would be helpful for them. Overall, the evidence supports that our proposed solution is a viable option for adults to consider. Adele's has grown complacent with their current menu scheme. Meanwhile, restaurants everywhere have updated and adapted to the current marketplace. In fact, the Food and Drug Administration has passed laws that require nutrition labeling in chain restaurants and similar eating establishments. Even places that do not fall under this regulation are choosing to provide, in writing, dietary information about their food items. This is due to a rising trend amongst consumers to be more wary about what they are putting into their bodies. Adele's is lagging behind in this regard and is at a disadvantage against our competition. It is time for them to make a change. The solution to this problem involves a simple 4-step process. First, we will reach out to Chef Ivory Cornegay to obtain concrete recipes for each of Adele's menu items. Second, John Moeller of the University of Maryland Green Offices program will enter these recipes into the food database to create nutrition facts for each one. Third, we will alter the menu to add a calorie count next to every food item and a small icon next to items that are under 550 calories. Full nutrition facts will be available online. Finally, we will print these new menus for Adele's to give to their customers. The solution is simple and effective and can be accomplished using current dining services personnel and under the same budget. Our solution would require a particular type of leader to facilitate its implementation. The steps required to make nutrition facts available to Adele's customers does not involve the cooperation or coordination of many employees. Therefore, our ideal leader is production-oriented and high in initiating structure. The leader should focus on assigning group members to particular tasks and deadlines, and then emphasize meeting high standards of performance. Our proposal, like any other, is subject to resistance. Adele's might be hesitant to take action towards solving the problem they face. The most prominent form of resistance we might face is one that stems from habit. Adele's has grown accustomed to its menu structure. Any change that will require them to alter it forces them to step out of their comfort zone and change their current way of operations. Changing menus would, in fact, require time, money, and knowledge. This type of resistance, however, can be navigated. Adele's can accomplish the task at hand by collaborating with dining services to assess and organize the nutritional information. By efficiently utilizing the resources readily available to them, Adele's can solve this issue easily and create a new and better standard for themselves. Adele's must adapt to include nutritional information in their menus. By not providing things such as calories, fat, sugar, and sodium, the restaurant is doing a disservice to its many customers. If Adele's implements our ideas, they will improve their current situation for the students, professors, and employers of the University of Maryland. Thank you.